IVM.
कृपया ध्यान दीजिए. The language used on the podcast may not be fit for consumption. We warn you, tread carefully. But listen, yaar, don't be so conservative. Welcome. Oh God, again the TV hangover. I shouldn't say welcome, just say the show started. You obviously know that intelligent people know something's happening. There's no need to tell them. We have to stop doing this. I apologize. I don't know why we do this. It's almost like people are absolutely in a coma and you have to help them because they can't, all the facilities aren't working. So you have to tell them what's going on. They know what's going on. It's like describing a football match. You can see the ball is in play and who's kicking it, the numbers on the back of their shirts.
From uncensored and unfiltered chats with the who's who of the entertainment industry, I, Siddharth Kannan, bring you a very hardcore chat show called Candid Kannan. Tune in every Friday on the IVM podcast app or wherever you get your podcasts.
We're going to start with very interesting things. So I'm going to request my two board members to come back on. Silvery and Amit, can you please be in the frame? Because today I've devised different words for each. I thought about this and said, there's an age difference, generation difference. There's background differences in where you come from in terms of Amit studying abroad, etc., etc. He's very Americanized, and Silvery is that Indian Americanized. It's a different. He and me want to be Americanized. So I just thought that we need to keep the words separate because you just qualify differently in that sense. So first word that we ask is to Silvery. Silvery, are you ready?
Yes, let's go.
And I thought of something that, that defines you. A word that is from your world in a sense and will make you feel comfortable.
Okay.
So I'm giving you 30 seconds only because I think you should know the answer and come as accurately and close as possible. Can you tell us what is the meaning of the word hymen? Hymen.
Hymen. Oh, it's when you...
Yes. I don't say it Bandra when I meet a friend, I say hymen.
No. It's when you go to Kangana Ranaut's restaurant in Manali, no? And then you get those people who tell you, hey, chahiye kya? From back in the day. So that's when you're like, hey, we're all high men.
Amit, never again allow him on the podcast. Now we have more trouble than ever. I'm thinking from women's groups to right-wing groups to people from the state, all after us because of this stupid man. Okay, do you want to try it one last time?
I know what hymen is.
What?
It's a part of the woman's anatomy.
Nicely done.
And yeah, that's all I should say. Yeah.
Would you like uncle to take over and educate you? He's dying. He's chewing at the bit there. Amit, would you like to take the question?
No, absolutely not. I know what it is.
Okay, but the actual meaning is it's a membrane which partially closes the opening of the vagina and whose presence is traditionally taken to be a mark of virginity. You were very vague in your answers.
So I want to ask, is this the first time you heard of the word hymen? Is this like a new word you thought you're introducing to us?
See, in my culture, this virginity is overrated. We don't care about all that. So, yes, you're right. I'm just learning about it. But I just wanted to know how, because these are words that we use all the time, and especially, we make fun of, or not fun of, but your eyes roll or wink, wink, nudge, nudge, and all. But nobody knows the actual meaning of the word hymen. And even you have a vague idea that is there in that genitalia area, but you weren't able to give me what I wanted. But now we will go to an expert.
Knows the freaking medical definition of it. Nah, I mean, like, what?
Yeah. You talk about this all the time and you don't know what it actually is. It's basically like a cover. It's almost like a band-aid.
Yeah, you know what it is.
But you should know that.
Okay,
he's
a
young man representing us. He's going to be 30 soon. He doesn't know what a hymen is. How can he even ask people about their virginity if you don't know what a hymen is?
It doesn't matter, Antrish, whatever you answered. Basically, Cyrus just wanted to be able to say you don't know what a hymen is.
Yeah, I know.
your answer didn't matter.
And you use the word hymen all the time, wink, wink, nudge, nudge in your stand-up and everything else, but you don't exactly know what the definition is. Doesn't matter. Let's go now to a much more interesting point for Amit. I got a word which I thought will suit you also because you're all about the science of things. You like the origin of the species. You like the genesis of thought, so you like all that. So can you tell me what is hyoscine? It's pronounced hyoscine. Hyoscine. Hyoscine.
I have no idea.
It's a kind of word you throw about in Scrabble and all when you're playing.
I have absolutely no idea. I don't think I've ever...
Take a guess.
Hyoscine.
Hyoscine. Just take a punt.
Hyoscine. I have no idea. Hello, science. Science. No, I have no
You
idea.
don't want to take a chance?
I have absolutely no clue.
I know
don't
you know this. You'll be really angry when I tell you the answer because you know this.
I don't
got
feel like
it.
I do. Hyoscine.
By spelling it repeatedly, you're not going to get the answer. What is this? Some
No, I'm
rhythm
trying to.
that you establish? I'll keep
Yeah,
spelling it till it comes to me.
I'm trying to say hyoscine. This is not that sauce, right? It's not the Chinese sauce.
May I say that is probably the worst answer ever for this particular question.
That's
It is not
Hoisin.
the Chinese
That's
sauce.
Hoisin.
Yeah. Yes. You just phonetically found a little almost 30% similarity in word. Shall I give you the answer, which I know you
Yes,
know, and you'll
please.
feel really bad and you slap yourself with your own chappal saying, I can't believe I got this wrong.
Okay.
Hyoscine, chemistry, a poisonous plant alkaloid used as an anti-emetic in motion sickness and as a preparative medicine for examination of the eye. Didn't you know this?
You know what? I think I'm happy to say I didn't know this.
No, you know what? I was totally gonna guess
Hyman
plant.
would like to speak. Young Hyman would like to speak. Yes, please.
He
Young
has
Hyman,
frozen.
Have you frozen? My God,
has
he picked up the
frozen.
word and he's become a virgin on the podcast. Oh boy. All right. Okay. Anyway, not bad, Amit. I want to give you a word I knew that you'd struggle with. So I'm very happy with myself.
Yeah,
And I
I don't think I've heard this word used ever in context in like ever.
Nor should you.
Okay.
I spent 15 minutes this morning trying to find a word which I'm sure nobody listening to this podcast has ever heard or interested in and has no consequence to their life or bearing in reality. Okay, unless you're a chemist and a very specific chemist. Silvery is back after his virginal exploration off-site. He's come
Yes,
back.
correct.
So now the
Quickly.
floor is yours, sir. We wasted time as usual with our stupid English language lesson. And Silvery will take us through what's happening this week, because this is the podcast which examines everything, threadbare. We tell the truth. We pull no punches.
Yep, absolutely. Never. We have some pressing news topics to get to, Cyrus. The first one is a very interesting Bollywood-related topic. So, KRK, Kamal Khan, has been in the news in the last couple of weeks because of the review he gave to Radhe, if you remember. Salman Khan, Radhe, gave a very scathing review and he got sued on it and whatever, okay?
Yeah.
Now it has come out, an audio leak has been released that is revealing, the audio leak reveals that KRK calls up producers and actors as their film is releasing, right? And demands 25 lakhs to not write negative reviews about the movie or the project or whatever. 25 lakhs to not write a negative review.
Wouldn't they just tape him doing that? If word gets around?
That's what they did. They taped him and then they leaked the audio.
Okay, so they did catch him because of that.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I don't see what the problem is. I think as long as he's open and transparent and saying, I want 25 lakhs to write whatever, it's like he's doing a piece of advertising for you. Think of it that way. It's exactly like that. You hire the agency and they give you what you want. So he's like, okay, the only difference is that he will go ahead and give you what you not want if you don't,
but then
look at his menu card.
But also he said that I won't give you negative reviews and I won't make personal remarks on the actors or the director. So that's part of it also.
Hey man, 25 lakhs gives you that, but 43 lakhs gives you KRK saying that the greatest actor India has ever produced is Salman Khan for Radhe, for example. And 64 lakhs tells you that Radhe is the greatest film since Fellini's early works. Whatever. I mean, he's got a menu card and you can just get whatever you want from it. I think he's being a salesman and I admire him. I feel the marketing instinct of the young man is being not looked at and perhaps not realized to its full potential. Yes, Amit.
So my question here would be,
You failed at Hyoscine or Hyoscine.
I did. Yeah. I will remember that for the rest of the hour. It will affect my self-righteousness and smugness.
Stop futzing around, bro. Get on with it.
Okay. All right. Does is a KRK review actually considered to be a serious review, or is it always? I've only ever come across it when people are, can you see what stupid shit this guy is talking about? That's the only kind of context I've ever come across.
So you and me, who don't live in that world, but for the person, the trade analyst and the producer, etc., they take 10 people who are the most popular reviewers seriously. And then they have a certain power, the same power perhaps that Khalid Muhammad and all had in our day.
But in the 80s and 90s. That's the question. Do people
now you believe the internet? The internet is your. I don't know for sure. because these numbers sometimes don't seem to add up. You've got 10 million followers, but is it really making or
Yeah.
breaking the film? I don't know. Who can answer
But,
that?
but I mean, like, I've always thought KRK is satire. Like, I've always thought he is like kind of like, people just thought he was
Tongue
like,
in cheek, yeah.
yeah, somebody fucking around. So I mean, like, do people actually take his review seriously?
I think that on YouTube, so KRK's channel has about 800k followers, like more than about 800k followers. So I think there are definitely parts of that don't think of it as irony and think of it as like an actual review.
Okay.
Because if you go and actually watch the review videos, like for most movies, they seem like he's doing it like sincerely. He's doing it like an actual review. He actually
Maybe we
hated
got
the
this
project. Looks
slightly
like.
wrong. The dynamic we're
But-
looking at is the person who's actually on his channel, not what he says on the channel. So
Yeah.
who's on the channel watches Radhe. You see, and doesn't get the irony or non-irony. You get the irony or non-irony if that's what he's trying to do. They just get an idea that yeah, अच्छी film hai ya bekar film. I think that's good. The problem. Otherwise, why would they take him seriously? Who? The people making the film.
No, they obviously do, because again, like, somebody is willing to cut him a check,
Yeah.
right? And he's obviously getting checks cut for him if he's asking this blatantly for it, right? So then I guess, yeah, in that situation, people do take him seriously. I never realized that, right?
Sorry, but it begs the question: when you file your returns, how do you explain this? 25 lakhs for review on Radhe. It's a bit difficult to explain. If I was sitting across the
Consulting,
the tax
baby.
man,
Consulting,
what?
all consulting.
Film promoter. How do you explain it?
Arey, consulting, all income can be consulting. Consulting is as long as the income's in check, you can take everything. Income is consulting.
Are we consultants on the podcast?
We are.
Where there's no income, no need to answer. Okay.
That is a good
it.
point. Yes.
You
is a
still don't
good
know what
point.
we are. We'll go back to
Well, no, it's not.
what
I
you
would
were
need to think about it, right? Like, so Antariksh is
an idiot.
not
Doesn't know
a
what hymen is.
consultant. I am not a consultant. I don't remember if you are a consultant or if you are a contractor. You're one of the two. I don't remember which. If you're asking me seriously,
I'm the KRK of English reviews. We do the same thing.
you should ask Badal. No, Badal will have to say how he books your how he books your income. No? Professional fees, he books your income. So.
Correct. Or
So
just
KRK
professional.
cannot book product, but
Fees
KRK
come
can
and
book.
go.
But KRK can book. KRK can book professional fees.
Yeah, but coming back to 25 lakhs. Now, again, I'm not trying to be funny about this. I'm really saying Radhe is this huge picture of the year, was. And you think that you would get a little bit more money for that if you're the make or break guy. If you can make this film swim or sink, then I would think that you could ask for a little bit more than 25 lakhs because driving on it is crores. Literally, it's carrying the film industry for that month with it because nothing else really released. And it's Salman Khan, who still is the biggest draw in the country.
But Radhe
So I'm
didn't do that
thinking-
well. Radhe apparently didn't do that.
That's subsequent, Silvery. You're looking at it as an investment now from the pre point of view because the review is pre. So I'm saying that shouldn't he have asked for more for that film? Because then how much is he going to ask for Taapsee's film, for example, which is basically she's the lead, with due respect to the male stars.
That's very
So,
possible
you
that he asked for more. Like we only know from this one case.
So 25
this
was the
person-
crack case. It's not a
Yeah,
fixed sum.
remember, so that's what he told on the
Call him on the
audio leak. He's
podcast. Now,
saying,
he has to explain all these things to us. We can't understand Jugaad in India without the Jugadi. We need the
Yeah,
bugger there.
correct.
A pointless exercise.
Get in touch.
He must
Yes.
explain his world vision.
Yeah.
Radhe ke liye maine itna kiya.
Yeah.
What's the Taapsee Pannu film? Haseen Dilruba ke itna kiya. Then what if it's an Oriya film which doesn't have as big a market outside Orissa? What does he charge for that? Because why should he leave regional cinema alone? And I'm sure there's some Iranian filmmaker who's saying, "ये बार-बार मेरे को phone करता है." Majidi here. I don't know you, Kamal Khan. Leave me alone.
so yeah, that's what they're saying. That in the audio leak, he's saying that 25 lakhs is like my blanket price.
Minimal.
this thing. But
Blanket. What is
yeah,
blanket?
but we don't know. It's
Say blanket means
Like, whatever, like, that's
everything.
my-
Blanket
that's
means
the-
everything.
yeah.
No. They use the word blanket. Amit, what does blanket mean?
He used the
Let
word
me
like
check.
fixed price. It's my
Yeah,
fixed price.
but-
It's my fixed price. He's been
I have it here. What is blanket? I'll give it to you in a minute. You guys carry on.
Good.
Okay, but he said that this 25 lakhs is my fixed price, but we don't know. I'm sure, like for a Salman Khan movie, he would definitely charge more. If these are like his exorbitant rates, he would definitely charge more. I think that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, Salman would have insisted, "He's boss, at least
25
ask for
lakhs.
bigger money. मेरी picture है, भाव की बात है इसमें, और looks bad.
Yeah.
We won't give you, but at least ask for the right sum. Match it. Yeah. But I think, Amit, you should answer this. On the internet, there are all these sort of services now where slowly, you start finding out that everything is sort of manipulated by some financial gain or some attempted financial gain. And it just kills it.
It's an arms race, right? I mean, like there used to be services where you could go and get Amazon products reviewed. Like, if you have an Amazon product, you go to the service and you tell them I want 500 reviews. You pay them like, $500 or like $1,000 or $5,000 or whatever that amount was, and they get you 500 5-star or 4-star reviews for your product, right? But then Amazon started pulling down on that and started kind of attacking that, and so now Amazon reviews can only be written by people who have actually purchased the product from Amazon. So there are it's an
If
arms
you go the
race.
other way, and your competitor can reverse the whole situation and
That also
use
happened.
a KRK just to stay there, almost like a troll,
Yeah.
professional troll.
No, so
be
that happened on Amazon a lot, where they basically,
Can't we do that for someone, because we were bitches by nature?
well, we could do that for someone, but that actually requires work. We have to go and log into the different profiles and sit and write reviews and do all of that. And I don't
We
think
just
that
have to
any
be
of us have the
mean.
patience to do that. Well, yes,
Just
we do,
whatever.
but we could.
I mean, let's play to our strength. We just have to be malicious, small-minded, petty, gossipy. I can do all that in my sleep. So just give me like 10 lines on whoever's profile you want to trash.
Hmm.
But we have to get paid for it. Huh? So we have to find
Yeah.
we need Pepsi to help us attack
It
Coke,
needs
is
to
what I'm trying to
be.
say.
It needs to be somebody who basically makes
Decent amount of
brings
money.
us money by us throwing them under the bus.
And the competitor will earn a lot more money by getting people to go off said site and come onto his. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Selvary, instead of getting guests on, can we try this for 6 months?
Sure.
Where we just look at sites and support or don't support. We just bring our bit to it and let's see what happens. There's got to be more money to be made on the internet. Look at KRK. He's opening. For me, he's like a prophet. He's shining the light and showing you the way. He's saying, "I lead, you follow." He's like those three wise men.
Well, I mean,
Maybe he was the
he's
fourth
just doing influencer content, right? I mean, like at the end of it, he's just doing influencer content.
No, but here you think he's a happy-go-lucky sort of guy, the Hindi satire or whatever you want to call him, who's tongue-in-cheek and good fun, whatever, for a certain belt. But at the end of the day, he's just another hustler who's trying to make money, another jugaad king. I mean, that's shameless and unfortunate that we are that.
I mean, like, I don't think that it would be reasonable to expect that any of these influencers who put out the amount of content that they do, it's a lot of work to put out this amount of stuff, right? You have to assume that there is money coming to them in some way, shape, or form behind it.
And you've forgotten the biggest crusade here. You have to watch the Hindi film.
Well,
you have to watch it. I mean, some of them, really, that's work which I'm not ready for sometimes.
Trying to find the positives out of a movie like Radhe, that's effort, man. I mean, like, you gotta pay the piper when somebody does that.
Yeah. Maybe that's why the Radhe people didn't pay him. They were like, even we can't find positives. What do you find?
As a pal of mine told me, when he quit smoking, now I can't watch Hindi cinema anymore. I'm really irritated because those 5-6 songs will allow me to have my cigarette breaks. That's gone. horrible world that we live in. Hey guys, we didn't mention, speaking of Bollywood, you just let it go. I love my mother. She's got 4 papers. We have a few families in our area who have the physical papers still. Goes through all the Sunday papers and then tells me, after all the sports that's going on, politics, Russia and Iran in turmoil, blah, 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 blue. Did you hear Amir Khan and Kiran Rao getting divorced?
Yes. My mother, during lunch, that's like her main topic.
Like, Mom, you're reading the papers for the last 2 hours on the dining table and this is what you got? This is what you got.
Yeah, and my mother was like, he's getting divorced from his second wife also now. Can you believe that? I'm like, dude, what's the big deal? It's fine. Things happen.
But 15 years by Bollywood standard is a lifetime and bit more, I would think. 15 years is good.
That's quite long. That's quite long, yeah.
And this is supposedly amicable. I read everything about it and they've said like we'll bring up our child together separately and all. You can't get better than that.
But that's what they always say. It's always amicable in public. And in public, at least, they try to show, at least initially.
I always think
at least initially.
One person really is upset, okay? And one person is hiding because they're feeling a little guilty. It's always something like that.
So Jeff Bezos and Mackenzie Bezos were supposedly amicable. Bill and Melinda Gates is supposedly amicable.
They're amicable as long as they get 50%.
Yeah.
When it was 10%, they were not amicable. At 50, they were all amicable. Yeah. But I love Bill Burr's take on all this. He's like, really? Why do they have to get 50%? Did they write did they come up with the products? Did they come up with the line of thinking? Did they come up with the marketing strategy? Did they find that platform? So what the hell have they done? They were at home and you come back, get home and spend time at dinner and have a few jokes and talk about sports.
So there's a logic to laws. Bill Burr makes a nice kind of comment and stuff like that, but there is a logic to these laws, right? And these laws are not written for billionaires. These laws are written for people who make middle class incomes. right?
You can't have a generic one law thing for this. I feel it's too subjective, bro. As a
It
married
is.
man, it can't like there's so many things which don't involve your family.
I
If you're
understand
a painter,
that.
for example, so
See,
why the
Cyrus,
50%?
when you talk about the super rich, you're right, it sounds silly, right, in some senses. But when you're talking about a family which is a normal family, where you're dividing the labor, one person is going out and working, the other person is staying at home and taking care of
Running the
kids,
house, yeah,
right? In which
yeah,
case this is not a
which
reason,
allows you to work.
yeah, exactly,
Is what you're saying.
it's not an irrational way of kind of doing division in that sense, right?
So the
When you
lesson to be
start
learned
looking
here
at,
is you need to be the one who's looking after the kids, because then you get the best out of everything. You
not
get to watch
really,
your favorite
because
programs, because kid looking after is having an extra TV. Anyone can tell you that. There's not much more you have to do.
sure,
Yeah.
okay, all right, I'm sure.
But back to
That's
your more noble point. Yeah. I just don't like this 50%
I
across the
sh-
board. I find it
no,
stupid.
it because again, it's because we hear about the cases that we hear about of millionaires and billionaires. We don't hear about in regular conversation the struggles of people who are much less.
Let me take the point a little further. If Kiran Rao helped Amir Khan's last 3 successes in terms of tangibly helped, in the sense of wrote some of the scripts, came up with some of the ideas, helped him on the production, did his hair for him, then I understand. Okay, so then, whatever they've earned together, I'm saying 50. But if you're saying that she looks after one area and he looked after the other areas, and then you call it a 50-50 divide, but all the money came from only one area.
So one second, but India is not a 50-50 law. In India, divorce is not 50-50. India divorces, the formulation is that in the lifestyle
Whoever's father is more
in
influential.
the lifestyle you're accustomed to. Basically, the lifestyle that you have left, you have to maintain the lifestyle support.
I don't
That's
know
the
why I'm
Indian law.
asking
It's not
I don't know
about.
why I'm asking all these questions. It's really not my
Yeah.
business to probe this further. I mean, pointless argument. I mean, my marriage is so good. She's in Hyderabad. I'm here. We're so happy. All good, bro. All good. Yeah. Anyway, last word on the subject. But generally speaking, I was a little disappointed because a Bollywood divorce is lots more blood, lots more, sort of mud hitting the fan, or people speculating at least. This sort of came and went, and only my mother and Sylvie's mother seemed to care.
Yeah.
And I feel very unhappy about that. That's really, I don't know. You think that's a sign of the times, or there's just so much more information on the internet that Bollywood gossip can't dominate?
I think the thing is, Republic TV didn't go all out on this. That's the problem.
Yes.
If they
They
had,
let us
then it would be
down.
the next biggest thing also. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Arnav,
stories-
if you're listening to us, you know what to do.
The story is that even the Arushi murder, Barkha, who was getting all the news on NDTV in the initial part, and they were probing it from a murder angle with all the different options. The angle where they said honor killing and the father, mother being finally jailed for 6 years came because of then times now and him crusading against the parents. They just picked that up and went for it.
Yeah.
Which he similarly repeated with Sushant Singh Rajput. It was almost like a crime within a crime. And then the media pressure got to the police, or the police got lazy or whatever and decided, okay, this is it.
That's inside.
And then ironically, when the actual thing released, the Talwar, what is the actual film called? Talwar, yeah?
Talwar, yeah.
Yeah. And when that released, then everybody started picking up the case and looking beyond the parents.
Mhm.
Otherwise, they just shut the case and said parents and honor killing. They didn't look at all the other 3-4 options as outsider,
Yeah,
and the
I
second
think-
guy, Himraj Rai, all that. No, I'm just saying there's a pattern with our friend. You think there is?
Well, yeah,
Which is
100% there
little
is.
dangerous because you're destroying,
It's a degree of irresponsibility which is insane to me, that somebody who has consistently displayed this degree of irresponsibility around criminal cases, right, is still given the respect that he is. I'm not saying take away his platform. I don't believe in that, right? I don't believe that you should tell people to come off. But at the same time, the fact that he is still considered to be a source of
no, but there's a clear
information.
pattern with the two cases being almost parallel, where you
Yeah.
decide to take a line, whether it's right or wrong, and just stick to it and push it. And then the mud sticks. Mud always sticks. And that's what happens.
That's,
In
I
both
think,
cases.
is that not the definition of demagoguery? The
It
idea
is.
that you basically take a
Going back
position,
to, what is it, Gobels? Yeah.
you
Oops.
just keep finding stuff that fits your position, ignore everything else, and just keep pushing on it over and
And
over
say
and
the
over
lie
again.
100 times. Say the lie 100 times. Just put it out. You got the platform and you're emotive. So this is, and we are attacking poor KRK. He's just taking 25 lakhs. He doesn't want to destroy families and people and lives.
No, it's all part of the same thing, right? It's this toxic media mix, right, where you're basically
He should be hired by the said channel, is your point.
It is media being done with motivations other than providing information, right? Like, and that is it's an inevitability, but at the
Just
same time, that doesn't mean that
just
you shouldn't
media
recognize it.
passing judgment. Three
Yep.
judgments: prejudice, judgment, which is the antithesis of being media platforms, where you basically put it out there and we have to
Mhm.
consume the news. This
Yep.
is the same thing. The commentators on news channels became, people with fingers and pointing, and which is not supposed to be their job. You shouldn't
Yeah, but
remember them. They should be like wicket keepers. Just
it's a
tell
little
you
more
the news.
complicated. It's a little more complicated than that, though, right? Because again, the thing is that what up happening is you get this two sides journalism, right, where there is two sides to every story, and sometimes there are no two sides to a story, right? Like, for example, one of the common examples used is there's no second side to climate change, right? The fact is that climate change occurs right now, and there's no
There
second
was a
side to
former
it.
president who says there's very clearly a second side. Will go on.
No, but there are a lot of people who do say that there are, but they are disingenuous people. They're being disingenuous. There's or being fooled. But if you're somebody from the media, you should not accept a second side to climate change, right? Climate change it is visible across the world to us today. So like there are stories which don't have two sides.
The Talwar parents spent 6 years in jail, if my memory serves me right. Okay, after which they've been the thing has been reversed, the judgment. Now I'm just saying, shouldn't there be some what we call zimidari and responsibility in
Yeah,
India
But is
there
that
over
should
that?
be, I
is
think.
That's a crime. If they are innocent, you put them in jail for 6 years. If Riya
Yeah.
Chakraborty lost her career and she's completely innocent, those crimes, who's going to call for? Shouldn't
the
someone?
people who charged her and arrested her, not the people who were baying for blood in the streets. The people baying for blood in the streets are responsible in their
But
own way, but that's more.
the mastermind behind all this seems to be the same. It's
Yeah,
almost
but
like a creative process. It's almost like good advertising. That's exactly what it is.
It's also the police and the government's like due diligence that is required here,
exactly.
right? Yeah, so it's up to
But
them.
they get
So if
swayed by
they
the
did
media.
wrong, then they should compensate.
Yeah.
So you're saying
No,
not the
but they
media, because it's really
so
their job,
Not,
and they
no,
shouldn't be swayed
so
one way or the other.
I mean, they should be sued for wrongful reporting. They should definitely be sued or whatever. However you correct that, that should be at least tried for. But the main blame for the arrest and all would still lie in the courts and the judicial system and
yeah,
the police.
absolutely.
Because I've seen
Like the
this.
Arnab doesn't have the power to arrest somebody. He doesn't have the power to issue a warrant, right? Like somebody is doing that right now. And see, the thing is, as we talk about this a lot, right? We talk about free speech from our perspectives. We believe in free speech, right? We think it's important that people have the ability and the space to say what they want to say, even if they're occasionally wrong about it. They do have the ability to say this. So now, how do you how do you make the exceptions, right? Like, for example, the Ria case, right, feels a little different because that feels defamatory,
Hmm.
right? Like it really does feel a little defamatory in the sense that they were going after one person to a degree which is unbelievable. But again, that's a civil remedy. That's not a criminal remedy.
Bro, they went, going back to Arushi, they went on things like, Nupur, I think her name was Nupur, the mom, did not cry enough or did not appear to be as sad. What kind of,
Yeah,
what
yeah,
world do you
that's
live in where
ridiculous.
this is your reasoning?
It's
To put
ludicrous.
someone in jail for the killing of their own child. This is a
Yeah.
huge thing, it has to be completely, the law should look at it from a point of view where there's 100% evidence. I would
But
say not even
it's
50.
but that's a judicial and police issue, right? It's not a media issue.
I'm just saying,
The police and judiciary are the ones who put them in jail.
okay, I get your point,
Arnab,
but I'm just saying, no, but I'm just saying that, look, it starts from the media. Media's power is much more than you think.
And
It's
media pressure and
setting
all.
that
Yeah.
seeds. Pressure, and also then they have conversations. Because it's, you're going on with 100 lies every day, and then they start, panicking a little bit, I would think. Suddenly the UP police are looking left, right, and center because people are talking about them all the time. Their names are on the air. Commissioner this, assistant commissioner that, this probing officer there. He didn't look at the forensics. He left too early. He came after 7 days after the crime. All these things on them are coming out. So they need to give you answers, otherwise they look bad. And
yeah,
that pressure comes
they
from
do.
it's a cart horse thing. You
It
can't just
is.
take it away.
But again, what do you want the media? What do you want the media to do? Let's say it was a legit case of absolute 100% this that there is proof being found. Let's say everything the media finds out is true. Should they or should they not report this stuff?
Report everything, but they should probe it from a neutral angle. They've taken a premise and just gone with it. That's been the style with this particular channel, and it's happened twice within a few years. And in both cases, they clearly got it wrong. Probably knew it was completely wrong, but just pushed the agenda. It's agenda, which it should not be. It should be news where we're looking at the pros and cons.
How do you regulate agenda? How do you? I mean,
The
other than saying that
English and Hindi channels were not doing that. They were all looking at it from all the different options. There was a second murder. Remember, where did that happen? It's an open sort of house. If you guys remember the story, could somebody have come from outside? There were other angles to be probed.
But Cyrus,
Okay?
how
they
do
just
you?
settled on the honor killing.
I agree with you. I
From
know.
two very well-known doctors. of the
Okay,
area.
terrible coverage, terrible reporting. All that agreed with. How do you codify what you're saying into some sort of code, right? In which you say that these people are allowed to do this and not allowed to do this. What are the lines that you can draw here, right? Other
They've got
than
to self-regulate. There's got to be some.
But
I hate to use words like integrity because I don't have any. But there's got to be some standard. There's got to be some standard because there's some sensitivity to human beings.
You're assuming goodwill on the part of people, and people sometimes suck.
I'm just saying that they're in a position where they have to have a little bit of responsibility. It's not like a reality show where you can just have fun or ask stupid podcasts. Here, you're making or breaking lives, and lots of people, including people in jobs in the police, etc., etc. All of them are. There's a domino effect that happens when people start believing the lie that's spun, and that does have a source.
I agree with you. I listen.
Padma Vibhushan, I won't name him.
You see, I believe 100% in the power of the media, right? I believe media is powerful is a powerful organizational kind of force, right? In terms of pushing certain types of things. I do believe this, but again, the thing is that you get the good with the bad sometimes, right? If you want free media, right? If you want media that is that basically works without fear or favor, if you will, we don't have that. I wish we did. But if we do want that is what we do strive for, then we have to kind of understand that there is going to be let's take an American example or a British example, that for every Financial Times, there is going to be a News of the World, right? Or in the American case, for every New York Times, there is going to be a American Enquirer, right? National Enquirer, whatever the fuck that is, that Donald Trump's friend. Right. So, but what are you going to do? Right. I mean, there's what is surprising to me, right, is the sustained popularity of something which has been so clearly and so obviously agenda driven over so long. But then that's the world we live with. That's the same thing we see in our politics.
You understand? It's good stratagem from everybody involved because they're looking at gossip. Gossip is something that all us family members want to talk about. The moment you say, "Oh, could the parents have killed?" it just gives it another level of banality and gossip, with just human nature being what it is. This is what we like. Gossip makes society.
Yeah.
Because if it was just an outsider, it's far less. I won't use the word glamorous, but you know what I'm saying? Titillating. What is the word? The fact that it's got this mess, this Grecian tragedy going on, this internecine sort of situation, causes more, interest. Sadly, from the orgiastic love that we have for all this blood and gore, which involves families and friends and all that.
There's no getting away from the human characteristic of voyeurism. We love to look at other people do shit.
15 minutes. Why didn't you say the word earlier? I'm looking for big words. I'm struggling to need my medication. Let's take a break, bro. 10:32.
Yes.
All right. So we, as usual, not reached any of the agenda that we had. Then we had one story and then we organically flowed into 7 others. Hopefully, after this short break, as I shake my bottle, we go to the next one.
All right,
it's really sad. I was shooting something on Friday.
Cyrus, you went on mute suddenly. I don't know. We just lost your audio. We just lost your audio.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to another great week on the IBM Podcast Network. If you're not following us on social media, please do. We're IBM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. I'd like to thank the sponsors on the network this week, CEAT, Cred, and Global Victoria. We thank you so much for making all of this possible. So this week on Cyrus Says, Taapsee Pannu was recently featured in the Netflix original Haseen Dilruba was on. They discussed her experiences in Bollywood and a whole lot more. On Begin the Journey, Ashish Vidyarthi enlightens us with his wisdom on how one can get freedom from their own thoughts or insecurities when they communicate with others. On The Millennial Athlete, Tanvi and Shlok fill us in on all the drama from the world of sports with Wimbledon, Euros, and World Test cricket making headlines every day. On Postcards from Nowhere, Utsav Mamoria kicks off a new series, Beneath the Veneer. We travel to the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan, where he takes us through his first experience of encountering the Red Sea. We have a brand new show, Misconduct. It's a true crime show hosted by Ragvi, a lawyer, and Nisha, a PR pro. They tell us about the story of Cyanide Malika, the lady who offered cyanide-laden sweets to women and after they died, loot their gold. On the Global Victoria Tech Talks podcast, we showcase some compelling new tech stories coming out of Melbourne. On one episode, Pawan Srinath speaks to Joe Agan from Nelnet International, where they discuss how the pandemic has affected the edtech sector and its evolution. Another episode has Varun Digirala talking to Ross Simons from Big Ant Studios about the gaming ecosystem and how they envision translating a sport to a game. And with that, let me get you back to your show.
Follow me at Instagram and Twitter on Board Brocha. I'm so bored, I need your help. I need your love. I need your touch. Okay, just follow me. Now, let me tell you what happened in cricketing point of view. I'll give you blow by blow account, slow motion highlight of what happened, action replay. As we were talking full of, self-justification and righteousness about destroying media publications who are doing wrong by us, my right foot moved and pulled out the plug on its own. And it just came out. And then Silvery, you said, go and check. What normally happens is that loose connection to the main modem thing. So, which I went and pushed and to no avail. Until my eyes fell on the open plug. So, my strong point from school is if there's a problem with electronic gadgets, mechanical issues, I'm the man to call. And then just to have a good laugh. You guys know this real story, right? Dad and me, back in the day. My sister went to college in the 90s. And so 1 year, my mom went to spend the whole 3 months with her or whatever. Oh, no, it's after she got married. Sorry. So my mom went for 3 or 4 months to help her with the baby. Correct. That's the reason. Idiot. So mom went. So dad and me alone in the house. And he's as bad as I am. And we're trying to watch the game. And then suddenly something happens and the game is, gone. And then we call up, finally out of a lot of irritation, we call up the guy, the mechanic, what do you call him, the electrician. Because you can't figure, there's no power. So he came. He went behind the TV and he came out and he smiled. And I said, Kya ho gaya? It showed me the plug with the main plug had just been pulled out, obviously by someone. Nothing more than that, which you just put back in. The main 3-pointer plug. Then he felt so bad because both of us looked so sheepish. Because only 2 of us now. He felt so when my dad said, Abhi, acha, theek hai, kitna ho gaya? He said, sir, chai pila do bas. It was like a real act of charity from his side because we were such morons. It was not like a gift, He just felt like I'm with morons. I'll just give a cup of tea for my effort and I'm leaving. That's it. He literally put it back. And that's exactly what happened here. Oof. C'est la vie. Right, back to our wonderful podcast. What do we have?
Yeah. So from one alleged murder to another, Sushil Kumar is in jail right now because he murdered a fellow wrestler called Sagar Dhankar, and so he's in jail right
Sagar
now.
Dhankar was a national champion, and just to give you some perspective, we discussed this. Sushil had a friend of his videotape the beating that they were giving these couple of boys for not returning the houses. Okay, they're running a house thing in the Gurgaon area and all that, and a rent issue, and they just wanted to show who's alpha dog there. You're given the space for so much time, you can't sublet it. There's a lot of issues to it. But basically, it was all about being the alpha dog and teaching them a lesson, know your place. That was it. From there, it happened. But he was, you know why? This is the thing that this guy, Padma Shri and all that, twice medalist Olympics and all that, had it filmed so to teach a lesson to the next lot that, don't misbehave with the houses. The houses are for so much. You're putting it out there. I mean, in public.
Yes.
There was a similar story about some guy who killed someone in Jharkhand and then put it on his Insta or Twitter or whatever feed where he mentioned, you're so happy about killing this guy. I mean, what are the teachers of the kid when he was 5, the Jharkhand kid or Sushil when he was 5? What is that Bachpan ka teacher? What does he think? I'm the one who taught him his first lecture, first lesson. I mean, how could I have gone through such a moron? So he had it shot. It was fed. I mean, people can see it. Everyone could see it. The police didn't have to work very hard. They had CCTV footage and they had this phone footage when 2-3 phones operating with a beating being recorded.
It's
sorry.
It's shamelessness, right? I mean, like in some sense, it's again, it's just a complete lack of fear, right? I mean, like in the sense
of
that,
fear.
yeah,
Power,
just
corrupting. This is an example.
Yeah.
He went from being a simple, struggling wrestling boy to an icon. And after that, he got into all these businesses. And then he was like the Dada.
Yeah.
And, giving literally the Pelwan with a bad name. It's scary. But Silvery's got a lovely story. This will show you the milk of human kindness, the humanitarian side of Sushil Kumar.
Correct.
Yeah.
So over the last couple of days, Sushil Kumar's team has filed like a request to allow a TV.
This is the video team, the team that shot the video. Go on.
Yeah, correct. Could be.
His production team.
Yeah, correct. So they've asked for a TV in jail for Sushil, because Sushil says he wants to stay updated to the world of wrestling, to the wrestling world.
And since since they beat very badly a couple of wrestlers and resulting in the death of one, it's only right that he stays updated with wrestling. He's brought such a good name.
He wants to know who to kill next. Exactly.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So he should have CC cameras footage sent to him of all wrestlers' whereabouts.
So basically, we're talking about WWE, right? Because that's the only wrestling I see on television.
WWE actually is like a passive friend to this. This is Greco-Roman, the old-fashioned wrestling which you do in competitions and all that, which has points. No, it's very realistic. It's a very tough sport. I've tried it. You'll be tired.
I agree with that, but are we seeing a lot of this on television these days? That he wants a TV to be able to watch.
That was your joke. I'm so sorry.
That was my
Set
joke.
it up and then got the wrong audience. But we will, because now we're going into the Olympics, so we will. It'll suddenly get a little bit of traction. And there is a world championship going on the side. They're always going on in Belarus or Latvia, places where you can't pronounce this capital city for some reason.
I can't believe they're going ahead with the Olympics so quickly, man. They've done
the Euro Cup, bro. To be honest, they've done the Euro Cup. They're in the process. Let's hope nothing happens. Their cricket is going on. Your American sport is going on. What do you want them to do? How much loss can they take? Only 10,000 spectators allowed or whatever. They're doing what they can.
Yeah, but just think about all of the different athletes coming in and then going back.
And that's much bigger than the football tournament or anything else, because their squads. India has 800 administrators and 3 athletes generally. We've improved from those days, but yeah.
No, you're sending like everybody is coming into like it's literally let's all go to one place and then let's all go back. It seems like such a foolish. I don't know, man. I mean, let's say this D variant D whatever subset whatever the new thing is there. The variant of the Delta, right? The more this, right?
Yeah.
Let's say that is something that happens.
Delta ka beta.
Let's say that's something that happens, right? And then what are you going to do?
But I mean, now, come on. Now we said we have to progress. We have to fight with, it's like Nelson. You lose one arm, you use one leg. You just keep firing. What can you do?
No, but there are some things to be done and there are some things not to be done.
The games must go on. Let the show go on. Faster, swifter, higher, stronger, vaccinated. I think that's the Olympic motto.
I don't think that it's a big deal to do the American sports or the European sports or anything like that so much, right? I think that is that's a more reasonable thing to do. But the Olympics, just like too many athletes coming together, man.
Let's not speculate. We'll find out August 7th, my birthday, end of the Olympics, if the world is a better place or not. We'll figure this out by then. If you have 10,000 people suffering on the streets of Tokyo, they'll know what India was like. So, good. Welcome to our world. That's the way it's going to be. Now, back to Sushil Kumar, who's got the audacity to file a petition saying, I need a TV to stay abreast with what's happening in wrestling, a sport which I have dishonored by killing a fellow national champion because he didn't release his room in time, which has been allotted to him. And I shot it all in 3 cameras, and I'm putting it up for Artistic Film of the Year. So what is the result of that? Did the court throw it out?
The court is still still deciding on that. Like about a couple of weeks back, his team had also requested for like special food for Sushil Kumar, like protein shakes and
I do remember that,
like bodybuilding kind of foods. Like I don't know what is required.
He's a vegetarian, so he needs a lot of supplements to keep his size up. But having said that, that's a different issue. As a professional athlete, if he continues to want to be a professional athlete, even in jail, I don't know. I'll allow that because that doesn't upset me as much as the fact that
should he be allowed? Should he be allowed to continue as a professional athlete?
I don't think he should be allowed to continue because
he killed a fellow wrestler.
It's murder. There's nothing worse than murder. And it's bully murder. It's the worst type of murder. It's just being a bully and murdering someone. It's not even like in protecting your mother's life, you hurt somebody and it went too far or something. I mean, not to justify murder, but there are points when you think, whatever, this happened, and you feel bad for the perpetrator. But here, there's no question. There's only one wrong, and like Amit mentioned, here it's pretty clear. There's no, you can't sing his song basically for him. He's at the height of his career. He's at the top of his game. He's the most respected athlete in India. Especially in North India, where your wrestlers. I mean, he's an icon, and he's just thrown it all away just to be a bully.
Yeah.
Because he wants to show the guy his place, that in the pyramid he's the top, and you got to be where you are. It's very sad. Amit, as a lover of wrestling, what do you think? And name 5 Indian wrestlers. Name them simultaneously to make it fun for the program.
Khaldi.
The Undertaker was in India. The Undertaker was in India once. He did an Indian movie.
Yeah.
That counts.
Then there's Khaldi,
After
of
which
course.
his
I know
career
Khaldi.
ended. After that Hindi film, because all the wrestling in the world didn't trouble him as much as waiting for the star. Waiting for mera scene kab hai? Mera scene kab hai? Just waiting in
Was
full
the
makeup.
Nasruddin Shah scene in your first movie Jalwa, was that boxing or wrestling?
Wrestling with Mad Mountain Jake. I
Yeah,
think.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go. I give you 4 wrestlers, man. That's more. And Sushil Kumar Shinde.
Sushil Kumar Shinde. Congress needs a few wrestlers. They probably need a
they do.
Sushil Kumar in their ranks now. A little more cutthroat, Rottweiler like. Yeah.
But there you go. I give you 5 names.
Yeah. But not bad. Not bad. I respect that a lot. But coming back to Sushil Kumar, as someone who followed his career, generally you feel bad when you know an athlete and everything. I interacted with him on a couple of occasions. Okay, it wasn't the friendliest, but that's also because a little bit of language, and you're in Taj Mahal Hotel, and everybody's speaking in English and being over friendly. And he comes from this Haryana world, which is a little more macho and rustic and whatever. So maybe he wasn't comfortable, but he wasn't mean or someone you disliked. He just seemed uncomfortable because it was a Rahul Bose Foundation and all the hoity-toity socialite types were around and everybody was hugging everybody in those pre-COVID days. That's what I like about fake fraudulent friendships. You can come, have a drink, hug whoever, not even remember the name. Half the time, you hug the person and over the shoulder go corner. Everybody does that. And that's heartwarming. I miss that so much. Those page 3 Bombay Time parties and all. Everybody was so friendly. Even the staff was friendly.
You were such a party animal, man. I mean, you were at all those Bombay Time parties.
I was. I did attend them, Amit.
In the last 6 years? Really?
No. In my drinking A days, because they were free, and B, I mean, boss brother, they were really spectacular. You could go to the bar and drink shots of different kinds. Yeah. I love shots which I can't pronounce. I had the Le Champ Fafi Fumafaza, and then somebody tells you try the Fashinda Pohela, and you try that, and they're all different. I like that Rangeen thing, the different colors. They look like sharbats, and they go plop, 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 plop. I'm like, nothing is happening. Plop, 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 plop. Nothing is happening, and then suddenly, you're dancing with Govinda, and someone is pulling and saying, "You're dancing too close, bro. Just come back." Yeah, you start getting upset. Yeah. Govinda, of course, without drinking, misbehaves. So thank God he never drank. Really. That. He used to keep bringing his tongue out. I had that memory of dancing close to him and his tongue jutting out while he danced. He's a brilliant dancer and mover and all, but very vulgar in this way after some time where even when you're drunk, you're like, no, not good. Very primitive, very primal. Stop the tongue thing. Put the tongue back in. Oh boy. Sushil Kumar. But isn't it over for him? I mean, surely they can't overturn this one. You know what I mean? If he spends 14, 15 years minimum in jail, I mean, he'll be in his mid-50s.
But you know what might just happen is someday they'll come out with, the evidence wasn't conclusive.
Like, they were on video camera, don't they?
He's on close because this one chamcha is shooting him in close, giving the thrashing and making dhamki comments and all. It's like... And he's done well because just to please his boss. So he's closed on him throughout. So that's what I'm saying. Going back to his teacher when he was 7 or 8, the kid, the Adhyapak somewhere in Haryana was thinking, I mean, just a basic rule of law. If you're going to kill someone, don't show it to anyone in close.
Yeah, basically.
But, they had their O.J. Simpson. It's not like it doesn't happen elsewhere. So athletes, just like any celebrities.
It's not just O.J. Simpson. There are a lot of professional athletes.
Evil stories. There's a guy who used to breed dogs and fight them, the basketballer.
Michael Vick.
Michael Vick, basketball or baseball?
Football player.
Football.
Then there was the other guy who killed, I think, like 3 people or something like that.
Oh, yeah?
The Patriots.
The guy who was actually gay and then, had that...
Oscar Pistorius?
Oh, Oscar Pistorius.
Oscar Pistorius, yeah.
That's
But
a
we're
different
talking
one.
about the
Yeah.
Hispanic.
The
NBA
Hispanic,
player.
the Patriots
It
guy.
was
There was a
on
documentary
Netflix,
on
yeah,
him
the
that just
Netflix.
came
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Then there was another guy named Lawrence Phillips, I think, who beheaded his girlfriend or some shit like that.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah,
Oops.
it's insane.
Did he not
right, the amount
understand that the colloquial for oral is head and what? I mean, should we? Let's leave it there. He's gonna. You're not going to. I don't want to. Don't show me any gruesome pictures, please.
I'm not going to show you any gruesome pictures. I'm just looking for some of the bigger names of, like, who committed murders and stuff like that. It's not like a small.
In the sporting world, yeah.
Yeah,
There's
it's
it's-
insane.
I mean,
Yeah,
psychologically, Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
I mean, like, his
yeah.
rape allegations were like brutal. It wasn't just like
No, there was a lot of brutal sexual assault with women,
Yeah.
brutal sex or whatever you want to call it. So that line between that S&M sort of sexual activity and actual
But he served
battering of
time,
a
right?
woman.
He
He
served
served
time,
3.5
right?
years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was convicted. Yeah.
But I'm not saying that rape is not a bad, terrible crime. But murders is still the apex, isn't it?
Okay, so Lawrence Phillips was a professional football player. He was a good one too. Huh? In 2005, he was arrested for plowing his car into a group of teenagers following a dispute at a football game. He was also charged with a string of domestic abuse crimes after he allegedly choked his girlfriend to the point of unconsciousness. He was sentenced to prison for 31 years. In 2015, his cellmate was found dead and he was arrested for his murder. So he went to jail and he killed somebody.
This is proper psychopaths. I mean,
Yeah.
proper.
Nuts, just
This is not a
absolutely insane.
one-off. I'm worried about Sushil Kumar being the same. He may have beaten a lot of people up, and we don't know about it because it's kept quiet in that world where you're God.
Yeah.
So a lot of this bullying and all is going on. We don't know. He doesn't step out of that world and misbehave. When he comes to Raul Bose's foundation, he's quiet and you don't see anything. But in that world, he's a demigod. They treat you like that. Indians are.
Yep.
You're touching the feet of the guru all the time. You're giving him more power than he needs to have. He's got nothing to do with anything. This whole extra respect that we give sometimes.
Right.
And then it goes to the head, and I don't know. Again,
It does.
of course,
It-
that's not
but
the
that's-
reason, because internally the guy has to be a prick.
there
You can't
is
take a human life. I hate so many people. Amit, I've not taken a life yet.
I know. No, but there's something wrong with these
I get
people.
up in the morning and
There's something wrong with these people, right? So I'm looking at one more guy, okay? Karuth is a former football wide receiver who was found guilty of conspiracy to commit murder. In 1999, his girlfriend Cherika Adams was shot 4 times by Brett Watkins, an associate of Karuth. This woman at this time was 8 months pregnant
oh God, and they knew
with
it,
his kid.
obviously.
With his
was a pal.
kid. With his kid.
And the pal knew it, obviously.
Yeah. He put the pal up to it.
Knowing that you're killing the 8-month
He
unborn
wanted
child.
he wanted to basically get rid of her.
Oh, damn.
I mean, like, these are.
So what do we tell
Not-
Sushil Kumar? Good news? Tu akela nahi hai?
Well, you're not alone. You're not alone.
Yeah.
There's definitely an issue with authors around. With athletes around this stuff.
Yeah, so I think we have to stop putting a pedestal for all our so-called heroes. I think that's the big problem we're all having, and realize that we're all the same. We all suck. Human beings suck. Get yourself a dog or a plant. Been saying it from the first podcast. Guys, 10:51. You don't want to talk about the AMAs? Where
Let's get to
we
the
have
AMAs.
millions
Before
of
that,
listeners,
so there is one
people
AMA.
calling in.
Okay, let's get to the AMAs. There is one which I cannot find. I'm so sorry, but there was one about the Tour de France thing. Did you guys watch the Tour de France? The fan stepped in the middle and basically collapsed. Like there was a pile up at the Tour de France. So I'll show it to you guys right now.
Because of the fan coming in the way.
Yeah, insane. Like
That's the only reason it's
they
never
fall
been-
like dominoes.
the-
They fall like dominoes.
The Tour de France has never been held in India because of this. They know for a fact that a fan will come in the way and say, time kya hai? Or andheri kaise jayega? One of those. And now
That's
one
interesting.
Desi
Yeah.
Indian went to France and this is what happened. Let's see.
Okay.
That's
yeah.
insane.
So I'm just gonna show it
Oh,
to you.
it's a
You see
woman.
this? This is the fan here, okay? This is the fan holding the board, like she's holding up a sign.
Yeah.
She's not
Yeah.
facing the cyclists, okay?
Okay, but what is it? What is it? Do you speak French? What is that? Alaise or something?
I don't know. Wait, this is false.
Oh, shoot.
Oh man.
Oh, my God. Oh, that's horrible.
God. Everyone falls.
But what was the sign? She's going to get a lot
So
of
wait, look at this. Look at
publicity.
this. 1 second. So this woman here,
Oh, yeah.
this falls. The entire
Yeah.
thing falls.
Wow. I mean, not wow in a good way. I mean, wow
Yeah, yeah.
sensitively. Please
Yeah.
understand the wow. I'll change the wow to oh. Yeah, I think that's more
Yeah.
appropriate.
Crazy.
Well, there you
Uh,
go. Some of the most dangerous people in the world are protesters.
No,
Doesn't
they weren't
the
a
government
protester.
tell
She
you
was a
that every
fan.
day?
She wasn't a protester. She
So
was a
what was she?
fan.
What was she holding up?
It was
It was
just
probably
some
like a
signboard.
go
Yeah.
A positive
whatever.
message
Yeah,
saying,
something like that. Yeah,
"Go,
yeah.
anyone who's not Lance Armstrong, keep
Yeah.
going." Something like that.
Ale is like go, right? I mean, like, isn't that what it started with?
Alias.
When you're like Ale is like, doesn't that mean like go, well, you woo, kind of that? Isn't that a
I
French thing?
Well, I thought maybe
Let's
it's just an
go.
Alia Bhatt fan in France who can't spell the name properly.
Okay, I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah.
I
But that's
don't
even
read.
worse. So she was championing the entire thing and probably
Yeah.
her favorite athlete and killing off 20 at the same time. So again, from my point of view, intent was not to hurt. Ignorance, of course, is also a crime, I suppose, to some extent, but lesser
Yeah.
than the Sushil Kumar, Lawrence Welt crimes, whatever his name is.
Lawrence Phelps.
Phelps.
Lawrence Phelps.
Wow.
Yeah. Let me ask you a
Anybody-
question.
yeah.
So this video reminded me of something. Okay, it's a little unrelated. But so I was listening to a podcast yesterday, Malcolm Gladwell's new podcast episode, or new podcast season for Revisionist History. The first episode was talking about automated cars, right? So we've had this conversation many times about not feeling completely comfortable in the automated car,
Initially,
little worry, this, that, initially, right? So one of the things that he brought up, right, and he brought this up as a good thing, but I have a question for you, which basically came to me because I'm like, he's not dealt with Kalba Devi. He doesn't understand Kalba Devi, which is why he doesn't get this,
of
right?
course he doesn't. Yeah.
So what happens in the the way an automated car is designed is that if anybody comes in front of you, the car stops down. Correct? And he was like, this is a great thing because what this means is right now the power on the streets is with the car. Because if the car doesn't stop, you're dead. And now what will happen is the power on the streets will come back to the pedestrians, the runners, and the bikes.
The cows.
The bikers, all of these kinds of people, right? I wonder about this. This kind of makes me think that automated cars will not really work. Because if people can
We'll
cross,
go mad.
people can cross
We'll
wherever.
go mad.
Yeah,
Exactly what you said. Kalba Devi, Malad at the wrong time, Churchgate
No.
at the wrong time,
yeah.
Dadar, Sion at the wrong time. I mean, Mulund at the wrong time. We tried. Are you crazy? I mean, there's no chance in hell.
Yeah.
I think at some point you'll have to have severe fines for crossing the road at like non-zebra crossing intersections.
You know, guys.
Something
But
I
I
don't know,
think this happens. This basically, sorry, I think the behavior expands beyond Kalba Devi and Malad, right? I think this is what you see at Times Square, right? I think
Yeah,
this is what you see
maybe.
at like
At certain
anywhere,
times,
no?
yeah, Russia and Bangkok can be
because
horrible.
there
yeah.
is no consequence to walking into the middle of the road at this point in time. Right now, there's a consequence, right? That if you walk in the middle of the road, you're about to get killed. There's no consequence to
Also,
walking in the middle of the road.
Keep in mind the reverse. One of the reasons why I initially was not comfortable, and Indians won't be from cities like Mumbai, is that you're not used to a car going for a long period of time without impediment. When I first went on the highway, the newly done Pune highway, we were ginger because we're just not used to it. It took us some time now because we do Alibag regularly also, there's a little more confidence. Trust me, a lot of Indian drivers it's in their mind because of the conditioning that we've had for so many years that a cow is going to come, an idiot is going to run across, another guy is going to, the scooter will come from the wrong way. So it's all there in your head. And all the great scientists of the West do not have those in their software. They haven't programmed for the Indian cultural ethos.
Yeah.
I went to Sankraman Studio on Friday, which I've been 20 times and I can't find it. It's just an RML colony as you enter. But I told Prakash, my great leader, the Lewis Hamilton of Malba Hill, that aap GPS laga de and hum chup chap jayega, sun ke jayega, we won't argue. Don't say ki I remember it's right and left. F it. We'll just listen. It took us left instead of right at the end. And then we took a huge turn. And from when 3 minutes becomes 9 minutes, my heart sinks. Because it was 3 minutes, and only in India it goes to 9 minutes. Everywhere in Switzerland, it never went. When you're 3 minutes away, it actually goes 2 minutes, 1 minute, and you're there. And in India, in Sonipat, I had a horrible experience. And I've had a couple here in Mumbai, where I don't know how to explain it. The GPS, it doesn't fail. It lost. It lost in battle. It's a valiant loss. It fought hard. It's a champion, and we should respect the GPS. But it lost.
It happens a lot. I mean,
Yeah,
like, especially whenever roads are dug up and stuff like that, it'll take you through the weirdest possible ways.
But left and right, my brother, is how Columbus went to the friggin' West Indies instead of coming to
true.
friggin' Chennai. So,
That is
this
true.
is a huge, I mean, we could have been America. You could have been Donald Trump. I could have been an NBA basketball star at only 5'7.5". What is the short guy's name? Spike something. Yeah.
Spud Webb, Muggsy
Spud
Bogues.
Webb. I could have been. He was 5'4", right?
Muggsy Bogues was 5'3". Spud Webb, I think, was 5'7".
The 5'7" is fashionably not horribly short. 5'3" is ridiculous, yeah.
5'3" is insane. It's insane.
So,
it was literally
against an average
short.
of 6'6", 6'7" on the other side.
I think the average height of an NBA player, I think, is 6'6". I think
6'6" and 5'3". I mean, come on, no contest.
Yeah, it's not. It's insane. I mean, the guy was crazy, and he played for like good 10, 12 years.
So what did he have? He had a spring in his calves, which let him jump really high.
So he was really, really, really strong for his size, like really strong. And
so would he undercut people, go below them?
So very, very, very low center of gravity, right?
Yeah, I thought of that.
And can move really kind of like, he can cut much faster than somebody else can, right? If you're down lower on the ground, you can change directions much easier than somebody whose momentum is basically going to make them move like this, and then they have to kind of overcome it. So really small, really tight, really kind of this. I'll send you some highlights.
I like that thinking. Even in bodybuilding, Franco Colombo was only 5'4", 5'5", against giants like Arnold, his best friend, etc., was 6 foot plus. And he was the first guy to go low. Just change the dynamic. Instead of trying to, because the taller guy always looks bigger, just go down. So he squatted as low as possible and then let his chest and back be seen. And then he just killed that visual of the bigger guy. He just lets lower the gravity. Yeah. So similarly, I'm thinking in basketball, everybody always thought the taller guy is going to be the guy with the better bang for the buck. And then this guy finds a new way to do it. But of course,
but again, I mean, like he was one of a kind, right? I mean, like I don't think
now there's no one, right? There's no one under 5'10", 5'11".
I don't think there might be some player or two who are like 6 foot listed and might actually be 5'11" or something like that.
We have a height restriction for politicians in India. I think we should.
Sorry.
Like for politicians, to join politics in India, you should have a height requirement, I feel. For example, your hand should not be long enough to reach your pockets. That could be one requirement. You got to check. So that you can never, there's no point getting a bribe or anything like that because your hands can't even go in.
Oh, you got to keep them in your hand then.
That's like a Tyrannosaurus. Yeah. You have to keep in your hands, yeah. A T-Rex politician. His hands are only so much. Kitna lunga, de do jo chahiye, de do. Andar nahi ja sakte. They can't reach. That would be a great idea. Do you have AMAs? It's 11.
Yes,
we can do one or two more.
Yeah, let's do one or two more.
This one comes in from Janil Bain. He says, by when do you guys think we'll have to go back to office? I'm on my first job and I am getting used to work from home and I don't want to go to office.
Well, I'm in office at the moment.
Yeah.
And I've been telling everyone, it's a bit socially unjust because until the trains run and the buses run, it's a little unfair. But what do? My list of employees of 2.5 people are able to come from wherever they're coming from. And so I'm in office. I follow the government law, Silvery, to the T. If they say 9 to 4, I'm in at 7 and out by 5. I do not mess with the government. I always follow the law. Follow the law is the way out. But I'll tell you one thing. Here's my point. And I think this is a slightly serious point, but I think it's going to bite us in the ass, which is you're getting used to working from home from a point of view where you do not like leaving your home also. It's like being in jail.
Yeah.
They say after 10 years, the guys actually don't want to leave the jail sometimes. They're classically conditioned to stay there. They actually start missing it. I couldn't believe that's true. But now, because the first 2-3 months, especially the first lockdown, we all hated it. We abused it. We want to get out, have a drink with your pals, blah, blah, blah. And then after some time, you're so conditioned to actually working from home. What the hell, yaar? To wear pants, take the car out, find a taxi, call an Uber. Yeah, just little things. I'm just thinking if you don't get on with it, you're going to get into this cancer of apathy sort of thing. And you won't
I don't know that I agree with that. I think that what we're going to see is we're going to see a reworking of how people work.
So half-half?
Right. In the sense, I think like in our case for IVM, I'm definitely thinking half and half right now. Right. I'm thinking that not everybody should come to office every day.
That's a step-by-step process going towards fruition in the end where you go back to conventional society. But are you thinking that this will change conventional society?
No, I think this will because Cyrus, right now, if you look at, I'm thinking of myself, right? Last couple of weeks, I've been going to the office once or twice a week just to see what progress is going on. It takes me an hour and a half in the car every fucking day, and there's still no traffic right now compared to what traffic is going to be.
Do you know where the traffic is? From Worli onwards.
No.
Worli to Hajeli. That's what I've experienced the 2 days I went to the suburbs.
So for me, the place where I found maximum traffic is when I get off the highway. and go on SV Road towards the office because there's a bunch of construction dug up over there.
That bit, just that bit.
Yeah.
That's 5 minutes.
No, yeah,
That
it's
turn.
dude. But Cyrus, if you it's not 5 minutes, it adds 15 minutes, and when you add 15
Maybe
minutes,
you went later in the day. I went at like 8:39. It was fine.
I went late in the day. I think I went
Yeah.
around once. But again, not traffic hours, right? Once I went at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and once I went at 3:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So these are not traffic hours, right?
So,
and still,
okay, let's cut to the chase. In 2025, when the world is finally okay, will
Yeah.
your people be doing a half and half, or will it go back to conventional
I
office
think they
timings?
will continue to be doing half and half, because why make people spend 2 hours a day in a car or in a bus or in a train when you don't
But will
always
the
have
payment, the payment then reflect that, because the effort of coming to office is not being
to?
made?
Yes, it will. It will.
Like we get
Because,
paid less for events on Zoom straight away.
well, so yes, I think that is what I think that so I think there's going to be an evening in some sense. What the fact that you don't have to come to office is one part of things, but the other thing, if you're not coming to office, you need much better facilities at your house to work out of, right? Like you can't work out.
I'd like to give the bad news to IBM employees. Guys, you will be working. The good news, mummy's cooking. The bad news, 25% pay cut. Selvi, don't
No,
smile. Huh?
I'm not saying no pay. I'm saying no pay cut, because I'm saying that you'll need stuff, right?
You're saying no
Basically-
pay cut, but what's the rest of the world going to do, brother?
But-
They're going to look at it as a way to balance the books a little bit here.
No, because
Like-
see, again, there needs to be a realism on this stuff, right? Also, the fact is that Indian employees don't realize how bad Indian employers don't realize how badly fucked we are.
Don't you?
Okay, because when things are not work from home, okay, sorry, when things are work from home, okay, how difficult is it for somebody to hire a person from America? How difficult is it for
to
a
sublet
company
it,
from
yeah.
the US to hire somebody in India now? It's so much easier now,
It's
right?
so much easier.
Yeah.
And so we have to compete with US wages. We have to compete with UK wages. We have to compete with Australia wages. We have to compete with, especially for certain types of people, we have to compete with wages which exist across the world. It's going to be it's going to be interesting, right? I mean, like, I think that again, I can only say what I'm thinking, right? And what I'm thinking is that some sort of a rotating system where everybody comes to office 2 or 3 times a week. 2 or 3 times a week you work out of home. There are some people who have to come to office every day. I have to go to office every day.
So what happens to LTA? What happens to transport allowance?
Dude, LTA is just a fucking way to account for this year.
Sorry for the burp. That was horrible.
What? LTA?
LTA is part of my package.
Yeah, but it's only a way to account for things. It doesn't mean anything. You know that nobody considers LTA to be anything but the way to distribute salary to minimize tax.
How can you say that? You can't say that. You're never supposed to say
What?
that.
But
You
that's
don't
the
say
truth
that.
of it. That's the truth of it. If I offer you
selling-
0 LTA, you'll take 0 LTA and you'll come on full basic.
A KRK never reveals his hand. He never reveals his hand. He keeps his cards close to his chest, hairy as it is. The cards, that is. Oh, Amit, listen to me. Come offline for the lesson of what we can and can't say.
No, but
Okay.
what? I don't think anybody at the tax authority is particularly surprised by the fact that that LTA is basically just a way to break up salary.
Well, if the income tax authorities are listening to our program, we've given them a way out. LTA has to go if half the employees are staying at home. Sylvie, one quick last one.
Yes, sure. So Ruben David has followed up on our the Tour de France thing. He says the sign was a hello message for the woman's grandparents. CBS Sports reports. She was basically saying, "Come on, granddad, granny." She appeared to hold the sign out, so it was in front of the view of the cameras, but it blocked part of the road.
Wow.
as
So
well.
when they go to pay her bail money, post her bail, the grandparents can say, "Come on, Jennifer," whatever her name is, and clap for her. It'll sort of be the coming back full circle in a sense. That's really sad though as a story, because it's a cute message.
Yeah.
I thought it was something obnoxious, so you have some justification to it. But this is a story of the Kaiser Gustad film, if you remember the filmmaker, and that young lady who was standing at the platform, and right where
She got
Indian
into an
origin-
accident at Mahalakshmi Station. No?
She got hit by the train, bro. She stood at the
Huh.
platform right at the edge, and the bar, how the trains are, right? That bar comes out, smacked her, and she died. And she's an Englander of Desi origin, or maybe Pakistan origin. I can't remember, but
She died.
she died, bro.
Wow.
The film had to be shot. It was shot at Mahalakshmi. right? Next to
It
where
was
all of
called
us
movie
work.
was called it was called Dhobi Ghat, right? That was the movie, wasn't
I
it?
can't remember. Maybe,
Dhobi got
possibly.
released then.
No, Dhobi Ghat is Pratik Babbar. This is another film. I can't get the name. But now one of our guys will send us the name, correct us, as usual with our poor research. But, I mean, what a tragedy that was. You're
Yeah.
standing right there. And it's similar to this Tour de France. It's a question of just not knowing. But what I can't understand is why, in her case, both the cases, everybody else knows.
Yeah,
There's not a
why-
single person in Mumbai who won't know. So move her back. In the case of Tour de France, you can see
so
that
many
the
people
cycles are coming.
right with
There are people, because no, I'm facing the cycles from across her. Right, there's a whole throng going on. It doesn't end at her. So why didn't any of them say in French? My local French. Parlez-vous français? Merci. Jennifer, voulez-vous? And please, if your French is better, you can take a dig at it. But I can't understand how nobody thought of that. You can see them coming on, and you can see her in front.
I think people were just like too occupied. They were like all cheering and all. It had just started. This is the very beginning of the race. This is like
Maybe she took an
in the
extra step
first
right at the
stretch.
wrong time. Maybe she took one extra step, which was perhaps she was in the
Yeah.
safety zone, and then sort of that 6-8 inches.
So
I mean, God.
yeah, also they're saying this is the biggest pileup that has ever happened, at least arguably.
They've not come to
Tour de
India.
France.
This is people who live in Europe. For them, it's like you see Australia closed down with 6 cases. We had 6 lakh, and we said we'll wait a week. It's a cultural thing, yeah. I mean, this
You
happened.
guys remember those fog videos from Delhi?
Yeah,
Where cars
oh,
just
yeah.
kept
They're
ramming into
beautiful. Yeah,
one car after the other.
But that's innocence, yeah. Really, what can you do? You're blind. You're
Yeah,
completely
that is-
blinded.
Oh no, I'm not saying
That's
anybody's
scary.
at fault there, but I'm just saying
Yeah.
like biggest pileup ever. Those pileups were like
Yeah.
dozens of cars deep.
Have you guys been in Delhi fog? I have been, huh? And suddenly you're really worried about the plane. Before you're like, oh, the fog goes, then suddenly you're worried. Is he really going to try and take off? Can't see a damn thing.
Yeah,
It's amazing. Yeah.
fog
That's
is
how the
crazy.
government in Delhi is always run badly because they can't see anything because of the fog. It's really hard for them. It's been years, right? From 47. Okay, bro, 11:10. Don't we have a life?
So, sorry, what? Don't we have
A life to go to?
Yes, we
We're
do.
doing this
I guess.
podcast for 3 hours now. It's going to be like
our life. No, we're
Yeah.
going to work now. Both me and Antariksh, this is the first thing we're doing today. So just a couple of people asked in the chat about the NBA stuff. So I'll just give a quick answer to that. I think
get
the
your
Suns
own
are going to win.
podcast.
No, that's
Who's
okay,
gonna
man.
win?
Suns are going to win. The Suns are going to beat the Bucks, I think.
Okay, now
Suns Bucks
Silvery is
finals.
asking me the question offline. Who the expletive are the expletive ing Suns?
The Phoenix Suns versus the Milwaukee Bucks. This is
Phoenix Suns. It
yes.
was a mall in India. It's a basketball team of repute in America.
Also,
Yes.
Musafir Rider is saying Bombay Central or Mumbai Central. I think. these
Oh,
are one of
yes. See, I
that was
told
the
you
name
one
of
of
the
our guys
movie.
will do
That
it.
was the name of the
That's the
movie.
Kaizal Gustad film.
Yeah.
And I think her name was Nadia, but I don't want to like be, I'm not sure. But that's the name that came to my head. I mean, yeah. And I mean, so that's such a tragedy. I mean, you're shooting a film, you're just standing there, boom, you're gone. Oof, really. Anyway, we'll end with a
Yeah.
nice, happy picture of Sushil Kumar requesting the court for a television. What 54 inches? I think if we got
I think
65, 66
full
now.
wall. It has to be a full wall. Yeah, just
Yeah, full wall. With the jailer holding it for him because it doesn't
Yeah,
fit.
correct. Yeah.
Anyway, we'll keep you updated. I have some contacts in Tihar jail. I think he's there.
Yeah,
Let's
he's
check.
there. Correct. Yes.
Yeah, Tihar. Okay. All right, guys. See you tomorrow
All right. Thank
on
you.
a show that has changed the way the world works. From home with no LTA. Can't believe it. Taking away the one thing I came to work for. I at MTV always came, and first thing I did, I set a trend of cheapness. I asked for my
No, but
conveyance. From the
conveyance
time
is
I
different.
entered. It's the
Conveyance
same
is
philosophy, and we used to get it in hand immediately.
Conveyance is different than LTA, at least in the film space or the television space, right?
Same.
Conveyance is a over and above payment. LTA is part of the salary.
So that's built in and not built in. That's all. But it is built in because they paid us so little anyway. So we took that
Yeah.
conveyance. My drinking money, if I worked 4 days a week, I had $1,200 to kill, which in the 90s was a lot of money.
300 rupee
Proper
conveyance in
drinking.
the 90s is a lot, actually.
It
I
was
was
actually
getting
400. It was actually 400. They gave me 300 because I lived close by, and the guy would eat $100.
Really? I used to get
Yeah,
150 rupees. And I had to
No, I
go to
got-
fucking Goregaon.
Listen, I got 300. I don't even come to Tardeo, which is literally 2 kilometers from Albail.
Yeah,
Actually,
I
as
know.
the crow flies.
I
Yeah.
got 150 in Goregaon. Andheri and Goregaon, I used to get 150.
Wow. They screwed you. Really?
They screwed me.
Unbelievable.
Definitely.
Yeah. I'm still paying MTV back. Okay, see you guys. Bye-bye. Okay, catch us on any of the podcasting apps. Please, we beg you, we need you. Send us your questions on Twitter on Cyrus Says In. Or you can email us, even if you're not female, on whatcyrussays@gmail.com.
Come learn and experience the ABCDs of being queer with me, Shanetro,
and me, Farhad,
on our show Gay BCD.
The two of us take you through our stories and experiences of being gay men in the city of Mumbai and have candid
And sometimes downright scandalous
conversations about sexuality, gay culture, and everything in between.
Catch new episodes of Gay BCD every Tuesday on the IVM Podcast website, app, or wherever you get all your podcasts from.
If you love cricket, listen up. The Edges and Sledges Cricket Podcast is here for you. Hosted by DJ, Varun, and me, Ashwin, we bring a fun, fresh fan's point of view to talking all things cricket. Sometimes it's just the three of us, sometimes we have guests, including current and former international cricketers. For new episodes every week, check out the Edges and Sledges Cricket Podcast on the IVM app, website, or wherever you get your podcasts.